Well, well. Hello, hello. I wasn't quite ready for that. I got it down now where I can just almost down. See, I forgot to turn that on. Oh, well. Hello, Timmy. Dennis. Nice and cold up there, I'm sure. It kills the bugs, yeah. Makes my nipples hard though when it's cold, you know. Christian. Yeah, I forgot to. Oh well. Next time I won't forget to have the camera on so I can just. I almost got it down. Another 5 years, I'll have it perfect by then. Yeah, I saw that cube, Chris, when I turned it on. I thought you couldn't work that out. See, I like that. I like that sunset one, except I can't get it on my. Can I get that on? Something like that. Hey, David, I can't get that on my thumbnail for some reason. Because that's the only one that'll show up on screensaver, you know. The other one's all kind of distorted. Yeah, almost had an 8 today. Almost. Watched a good movie. I didn't even know it came out in 2001. Michael Douglas. What was it called? Don't Look. Never saw it before. It's pretty good. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Yeah, the cube, yeah. I can see the first one because I'm used to seeing that one. I like that sunset on the cube there. That one looks really nice. I could still put that on my screensaver. I'm the only one that's got to look at it. I kind of like it to all fit together. Yeah. Hard to see that for sure, but if I didn't know it was on there already, I wouldn't know what it said. I thought when I clicked on the one that's usually up there, this one went off. Obviously went off, and I thought, oh shit, I didn't erase that, did I? And then I saw that it was in there twice. Yeah. I don't know. Let me see if I can. Well, that's only going to show. Well, look any different on the YouTube one? No. Same thing. Delectable David.
What's happening, gentlemen?
Nice and freaking cold.
Yeah, it's a little chilly here, too.
You know, I thought Trump should have built that wall up there by Canada because that's where all the cold air comes from.
Dennis, Viking, good to see you. I saw Timmy was there earlier. Good to see her. Yeah, it didn't get out of the 30s here today.
I don't even know what it was here. That's 37, and the server I'm using is coming off of Denver, so it's 37 over there.
My little weather station says it's gonna be icy tonight.
Icy, huh?
Has a
That
little
light?
icing thing flashing. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're probably on, but I don't know. We'll see.
Hmm.
Hey, don't argue with me.
Hmm.
Now I broke it. You made me move it, so I broke it.
I don't know what it is here. Look at my phone. What am I wondering for? Damn near got this thing down. I forgot to put my camera on when I came on.
That's all right. It happens.
So,
You're old.
so it would just go through the thing, and there I'd be, you know.
So are you getting snow where you're at?
Yeah,
Or
we got a little bit here near the lake, but west of us and north of us got it
all right.
pretty good.
I think they're calling for a little bit of snow and stuff
Hmm.
Wednesday night for us. So next week.
You're getting that light snow, Christian. Here, the other day would be heavy. You know, if it's 35,
Yeah.
38 degrees, it's going to be heavy, and then it kind of messes up the snowblower or thrower, whatever you want to call it, and it doesn't work as well.
Yeah.
I don't know what, man. Oh well. I don't know why I'm still messing with this thing. I don't know what, man. Uh-oh. There we go. There we go. Don't even know what the hell. I don't even know what the freaking high was today. Mizan?
Yeah.
Mizon? Hello, hello. Is that how you pronounce that? Mizon?
Nizon official channel.
Pronounce the I like an E?
Maybe Nizon.
Well, if it doesn't sound foreign, I'll make it
It's
so.
a good little channel. I remember them.
Yeah. Let me go here. What I mean,
Yeah, I think I'm friends with them. So
what the hell, man? There it is. So what's happening down there? What kind of gadgets have you bought lately?
well, I bought a bunch of gadgets and I got some videos on them, but I just haven't posted any.
Did
But
you
I don't know.
did you do the refrigerator one?
No, I want Lorelai to do it. I want her to talk because the refrigerator is really cool, but that's her baby. I could have gave a crap. As long as it had an ice maker in it, man, I'm good. So it's kind of her.
I think that screen would be flickering quite a bit, though.
It
The
doesn't.
display?
No, it doesn't.
No. Well, then I'd like to see it. I mean, that's a.
Yeah, no, I've had it on videos in the background running. And the other night we used it to watch YouTube on. So it's not a super high quality, image, but it's pretty good. Simple internet. How are you?
Hello, Nanette. 23 here. It feels like 12.
But now I've been buying other things and doing some other things. I got some videos I'm going to put out in January about if I'm how stupid I am,
Yeah.
and see what you guys think about these purchases I've made.
Is that what it's titled?
Yeah, yeah. There's going to be about 4 or 5 of them. So, you'll have to wait, and then you can pass judgment on me.
Oh yeah. There's no. They're like harmless little memes.
Oh, man, simple internet. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Coming tonight. We appreciate you.
It's,
I'm okay with people want to poke fun at me and all that, so I don't mind. So you might think I'm, a little, and we're going to find out. I'm going to find out long term if my decision to purchase item A turned out to be a smart one or one where I got burnt. So
yeah. There's always more. There's always tomorrow.
yeah, just trying to have some fun in life.
77 right now in Butuan. Oh,
That's nice.
feels like 12 here. So
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna wear my snazzy. I got a black shirt I bought, and it looks. I got complimented on it. Wore it to my dad's wake, and my sister's going nuts about it. She said, "Where'd you get it?" I said, "Walmart." So I'm not. It doesn't look like you. It looks like you got to know what you're doing to iron it. So I'm thinking maybe that's meant for the dry cleaners.
Well, or you just don't dry it very well. What I mean by that is you don't dry it. You damp dry it, then you take it out
Yeah.
and finish air dry. It's kind of like a sweater. When you do your sweaters, you wash them and then you let them dry for a few minutes, but you take them out while they're wet, damp, and then you lay them out and let them air dry. And then they don't shrink.
Okay. I look. I was just gonna wear my regular old. What was that called? You know what the hell they're called? And then one, whatever they make, basketball shorts.
Yeah.
But when I leave here, it'll be cold. So I mean, it ain't the leg part; it's the upper part.
Gotcha.
That gives me fewer pockets because I can't jam that wallet. I look like that guy from One Day at a Time, George Jefferson.
Well, I have, and I really like these. I have these very lightweight, real thin vest that has lots of pockets. So it's a vest, no sleeves, but they're really, really thin. They're kind of like windbreakers, but real super thin. And boy, they got pockets like you can't believe on the inside and on the outside with zippers that kind of.
The negative thought of all that is I'm gonna, then I'll have all my valuables in one basket there, and that ain't too good.
No.
So I don't know, man. Last time I went there, last January, I was sweating. I had my hoodie on. Matter of fact, I had this one on. I think. Yeah, man, it was hotter than hell too.
But I can tell you a way to save a lot of money at your local Walmart if you don't do this already.
Hey, Dan.
Sneaker Dan in the house. If you don't have the Walmart app on your phone, you should download it because then what you can do is scan the clearance items. And so let's say they got a clearance rack of clothing and you want to take some to the Philippines, which is what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe it's $3, right? But when you scan it, it rings up $1 or 50 cents. So then when you scan it, you see the real purchase price, but you can buy really, really good buys because Walmart messes up their pricing system so bad.
So what you're saying? I can scan it with what? My phone? The barcode?
Yep.
So that'll tell me what date it'll be on sale.
No, it tells you what the price is, and so
they usually have the price posted right in the.
Yeah, but what I'm telling you is Walmart mismarks things.
Oh, okay.
Let's say you got a pack. There's 20 of these cords, right? Boom, 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 boom. And maybe they got some cords on clearance. If you go through and randomly scan things, you'll find that maybe this one's $1 when the exact same one like it is $12.
So when you go up there and have that particular item scanned, it'll come up $1?
Yep. When you go to the register, to scan $1.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
So if you're looking for like shirts to take to your son back in the Philippines, his size, and they're on clearance, if you look around and you scan things, you might find the shirts at different prices using the little camera on your phone to scan it in your Walmart app. It works great. And the older the tag is, the older the clearance date, the more the price is. Because they will change it in the system, but they won't change it on the tag.
Oh, okay.
Just something to.
They don't like you going around doing that, do they?
Sure they do. We do it all the time here.
Okay.
Here they encourage you to use your app. They want you to find things on your app. They don't want you to bug the employees anymore.
I think someone say clearance.
Yes, love them.
Clearance
items.
Clarence. What's up, Clarence?
Love clearance items.
What's up, Jack?
What's up?
What's up, Jack? You're on.
last two numbers on the price has some kind of secret to it, like if it's either the lowest price or if they're getting rid of it soon or something like that.
A guy at work was I don't know, he and his wife would do that, go through the store, and I don't think they appreciated him doing that.
No, Walmart doesn't have a problem. Dollar Saver and Dollar General, they got these things. They got a color coding system. If you look really careful, you know, I've seen where they've had socks, and we bought a case of socks and gave them to the homeless shelter here for about $10, the whole case, because they were penny a piece. They were marked down so far that they were only a penny a pair.
Wow.
I don't think Walmart would too much care about you scanning things because
No.
you could walk around Walmart half naked.
And Walmart doesn't care just as long as you don't bother any employees or talk to them, because then they have to work. And Walmart doesn't want to pay wages anymore.
Well, you know what I thought was shitty at the we got two close to me here, and I go to one of them all the time, and they I went in there one day. I'll go to electronics because I wanted to buy some. I got some printer ink. So when I go into a store and I'm looking for two items and I'm out of there, you know, I got that and I got something else, and these they look at you like you're a thief there, and there was nobody in electronics to wait on me, but when I was leaving out of there were four younger employees standing there waiting to tackle me, you know, to stop me. They're willing to risk their lives to stop a shoplifter. You know, you work at Walmart, and when I was walking toward the cash register, the little junior manager or whatever he was, he's standing there looking at me, and I felt like going up to him and saying,
Got a problem?
all these guys, all this time I needed help, nobody was there, but now that you think I'm stealing something, you're waiting for me. You know, freaking stupid
Yeah,
people.
Walmart's a horrible, to be honest.
Yeah.
We live at the home of Walmart. And
Oh.
I'm going to tell you, Walmart is a horrible, 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 horrible company to work for.
My sister works from in Grafton, Wisconsin. People here probably don't know this, but when I worked at the master lock company that made padlocks, all kinds of locks, Walmart, if you were late on the shipment, they would either refuse it or you'd have to mark the hell out of it, mark that down like you wouldn't believe.
So Walmart would accept it. That's
To keep your business. Yeah, to keep their business. Now, this guy I know came back from the Philippines there. He buys stuff on Amazon and all that, and Walmart messed up, on his the things he was supposed to get shipped.
Yeah.
And there was a time when they had they got a thing that looks like NASA. They got a whole room full of all these freaking gadgets, floor to ceiling. I don't know what the hell is in there, monitors or.
Well, they just treat their employees really bad. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Well, by us, I was walking in once. This old man was out there, and he had the hand truck. We call it a dolly, a hand dolly, and it was a I think it was a TV. And this Walmart employee was outside, and he's walking in. He goes, "Oh, sir, did you pay for that?" And the guy snapped on him.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "Of course I did. What do you think?"
Oh,
By law, you don't have to show them a receipt or anything. You don't have to.
Overkill. They used to check your receipt when you left, and I used to go out of my way and give it to them. These guys, they're more worried about that you might have stolen something than to help you the way they're supposed to be helping.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not wanting to work up to something. I might, I could have just rightfully so snapped on them because there was nobody to help me when I was looking for something, but there's enough people, they're going to try to tackle me,
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking to myself,
hey,
I don't know what you get an hour here, but it's not worth your life.
They're trying to get you on some petty theft crap.
Yeah.
Well,
But I did. I just did. I look now. They don't do that when you leave. At least here, they don't. They let you. Because I told a lady once. I said, that makes me feel like I'm a thief. And you guys, the way you look at.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Myrna's here. Yev's here. Greg.
Hello, Craig.
It's like you're a criminal until you walk out the door.
Yeah, there's the real issue going on in here now or right now with Walmart, especially Walmart. Walmart is really bad about this. Is when you check out and you leave, they want to stop to see your receipt.
I don't do that no more here.
So the debate is this, and Walmart been sued multiple times, is technically once you purchase the item, then it's your item, and Walmart no longer has any rights to the item, whether you're in their store or not. So it needs to be on Walmart's responsibility to go back to their cameras and to figure out if you didn't pay or not stop and harass people at the door saying, I want to see proof that you paid. Well, if you were paying attention, you would have noticed I went through the checkout line and I paid. And if you have a question, you should go and check the camera and figure it out yourself.
Yeah.
But don't bother me because this stuff is legally mine.
I saw a guy on YouTube, and he went in there and bought something, had the receipt for it, and they said he had to put it back for some reason.
What?
They gave him shit for it.
Yeah.
He had the receipt that showed he bought it, but they try to twist that and make it seem like he didn't. They were just bent on this too. I mean, you're giving people power and authority that have probably have enough to get through high school.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know how to handle that.
I went grocery shopping the other day, and because you got to show your receipt to the what's it called, security guard, and he stamps it, and you go up, you're on your way. The other day, the security guard was like shooting the shit outside with somebody else. So I seen his little stamp, and I grabbed it. I'm like, guard, and I stamped it. He laughed. He got a little laugh in, and I just laughed. He didn't check nothing.
See, and here, then the other side of that coin would be like Sam's Club or Costco's. When you sign a membership, then you give them, if it's in the document, that they have permission and authority to check your goods no matter after or before you purchase it. But Walmart doesn't have that because you're not a member of Walmart. So that's part of the legality side of what's going on with that whole give me your receipt thing.
Well, they got rid of that up here because it became a problem. I'm like, you got these cameras and these people, they're I don't know. It's not me if I'm working there. They're not paying me enough to risk my life.
Yeah.
Forget it, man.
I'd never do that. Yeah.
But what I could have, and I probably should have, but I thought it best because if I go off, it's going to be, they're going to be calling somebody up to come talk to me because when I've had enough of something, that's it. There ain't no backing down, apologizing. It's like, you guys made me feel like a thief. You weren't there to help me when I needed your help, but you felt it necessary to stand there in case you got to tackle me. If you tackle me and I got my stuff and I gave you no reason, we're going to watch that video with the cops.
Calling all your customers thieves.
And I'll start swinging then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just don't put your hands on me, man.
And
you're gonna asking me a question and looking in something that's different.
Every other week, I'd go to Walmart and I'd want to go there to buy something for like a couple dollars, and I end up walking out about 3:00 in the morning after I spent about $600.
Ooh, that's another one too. The one where I used to live, I was open 24 hours before the pandemic. But I go in there, and every time I went in there, there'd be the lady. I look at the movie bin, where they got them $5 ones, and this lady would always walk over it in a way down the aisle and stand there and watch me every single time. And every time I leave, I show him my receipt. And I felt like saying something to her, but I never did because I look up and I know why she's looking at me. So I keep, acting like I'm doing something, But
it's like there's a almost like a Home Depot type of deal over here. Over here in the Philippines.
SNR?
No, it's Wilcon.
Mm.
And the employees will follow you to the depths of the freaking sun, like you're just trying to steal something. So what I do, I got all the time today, man. I'm gonna take you for a long ass walk all the way around this whole motherfucker, around and around, stand there looking at nothing, and just stop there for about 5 minutes staring at dead air and just keep on going.
When you left, you should say, "Hey, you guys get tired out following me around? Did you?"
Mm-hmm. Sometimes
I walked in there in the summer, and I go get some. Was it toward? I think it was toward the end of. Oh, it's toward the end of lawn garden season, And I go out to the patio, and I go to buy some. I get some grass seed out there. I got it like really marked down big time. And this guy, because I want to walk right in the store I walked quick too, and I took the cart, went right out right away. I went out to the thing, and I'm looking at it. Here comes this guy. He comes running through the door, and I'm the only one out there, And then he looks at me. Yeah, I went out there so I could grab this shit. It's a $5 bag of grass seed, Fucking $5, Probably makes a little over that. $10 an hour. I don't know what they make there now, but
they don't make a lot.
We'll start making collapse if you steal a $5 bag of fucking grass seed.
Yeah, it was marked down from $20 or something like that. It was expensive. Well, Scott's brand, and I didn't say nothing because I was a ways from the door by then. But he came bolting through there, like
you look like a criminal, buddy.
Yeah, because I've had that at more than one, and a lot of these people, I should have gave them shit because I used to pick them up on the bus, Because I wouldn't give them no break with that bullshit. They got a job, they come out of there, that's their problem. They don't got the change. Put in more.
We have bought so much stuff for $1 at Walmart that wasn't marked $1 that we've shipped to the Philippines that it's unbelievable. Lorelei will run across and we'll scan some T-shirts that are $1 or 50 cents.
I
buy every one they have and pack them up. I
like putting. I'm going to put all my camera equipment and all that in my carry-on.
Hmm?
They'll look at me like, "What are you doing?" I have my wife's computer doesn't have the battery, and she lost it or died. So I got one from an old one I got here. I'm going to bring it with me.
Yeah. And
I want to make sure it gets there. That's why I'm putting them in the one to come on with me.
Yeah, we put all of ours in one suitcase, particular that we carry on, and it's loaded to the hilt. And they definitely want to go through the electronic one and make sure there's not a bomb in there.
Well, I understand that part. But
I told him, I said, that's great, but let's be very careful. There's about $10,000 worth of equipment here.
How much? I mean, they don't get that every day where you open up a carry-on. You got all kinds of GoPro cameras and gimbals and batteries, But I don't trust them to go through the box. So
years ago, I brought 2 laptops here, and they wanted me to take everything out, all of the case, and they wanted me to turn them on. I'm like, what? How long is it going to take for this thing to boot up?
That's you want you go do it.
And then take the batteries out. I'm like, why?
Well, when I ship stuff, like I take the batteries out to begin with, so I don't want them getting crust. If you got them in the cargo, well, you shouldn't have them down there anyway. But they get kind of that air, that cold ass air, does something to the things are oozing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the hell that stuff is.
Probably it's getting too cold too fast or something.
Yeah, where you're what? How many thousands of feet up there? It's just minus shit, 30 or so, 50.
Yeah, the altitude's gonna mess up everything.
Yeah, I'll take. You know what? I went into a Unitop there to get a clock. You talk about taking all day to get through a store because they test everything before you walk out the door.
I hate it.
I'm like, well, you know what? The clock I did pick ended up not working because they don't want to have to deal with the return thing, you know. So that's their policy. But if you go in there and buy something that requires assembly, then they have to put it together to see if it works.
Yeah,
And
like
then
my barbecue grill. I got the $20 barbecue grill.
Take it back apart to put it back in the box.
Yeah.
And our last
Pretty
cruise,
sure it works. I can take it home, put it together myself because I had to put it together anyways.
Oh my god!
we flew into Miami for our last cruise, and our way back, I had a cord like this and a cable like this in one of my shoes because we bought so much crap, I ran out of space. So I was shoving little things into every little nook and cranny. And boy, they did not like this little balled up mess in my shoe.
Oh,
They
really?
gained us and searched us like you couldn't believe it. The guy and I said, dude, what are you looking for? And it's like and they won't answer you. They just won't. And I said, well, have fun, look all you like. And he finally gets into my shoe and digs out. He's like, we don't like things like this in your shoes.
Who said that?
The TSA.
Oh.
Sorry,
And I said, well, too bad. And I told the guy, I said, well, too bad.
Gee,
That's
well.
where it fit.
I'll remember it next time. Okay.
So, they don't like this in your shoe, apparently. But that's where it fit. Because I also had some drugs in my shoes, medicine. I'm like, man, I'm just shoving shit everywhere because we bought so many knickknacks from our cruise. And,
Sheesh.
they didn't like that.
Yeah.
But that's all right. I liked it.
I just get, kind of bumfound just sometimes. You go, Jesus.
But this time when we came back to the States, we really didn't have any problem. Well, we got checked so many times through the Philippines, in Cebu, then in Manila, that when we landed in LA, we didn't really get bothered.
Damn.
That's right. Small object could have been a kaboom, I know. I just thought it was funny afterwards that he had to get in my dirty shoe.
Yeah.
Not slip your fingers.
We showed a lady on was that the airport security shows,
Those are good shows.
and she was in London, and she her coworkers didn't want to look at what was in there, and she ended up touching somebody's dirty underwear or something.
No.
Yeah, she was.
I went to Jamaica years ago for my honeymoon back when I was married. Forced now, but got into Jamaica with the TSA. This woman, she was like WNBA, like she was like probably about 6'7". Probably the ugliest one on the island. And she starts groping my junk.
Brittany Griner.
It didn't work for a few days because I was so disgusted.
She'd cop in a field, man.
So I'm sitting there just getting that hand job from outside. I'm like, why?
Man.
There's only one thing in there.
Yeah.
You got to check,
Should have pulled your pockets inside out and said, kiss the rabbit.
As Viking says, small things can go kaboom. Viking says that small object could have been a kaboom, So maybe she was checking for a kaboom.
Oh, that was Jack's boom boom stick.
Yeah.
Like kaboom in their hand.
Yeah.
Where's the-
Yeah, with the wiring in my boxers.
Oh. Dockers. Is it cold out there by you? Warm by you there, Jack, huh?
Yeah. I think right now, well, not in the house, about room temperature, but I got a fan blowing on me.
I don't know what the hell I did here.
And
Yeah,
I lose glasses so easily.
I got a problem with glasses. I
Man.
freaking mess them up all the time.
I need to get new lenses for mine. They're all chipped
Well-
in the corner.
I had a habit of taking mine off when I take the hoodie off to hang it up in the closet. And I get back in the bed and I forget to put my glasses down. And so this top piece broke. The little connection here keeps these two. Yeah. But I bought some Gorilla Glue. And I'll mess with it tomorrow. I did put some on that little vent from your dryer. I pulled it up and the handle came right off.
Oh,
And I thought, I used a bunch of Gorilla Glue on that sucker. So we'll see if it does what it's supposed to do.
this stuff expands, I think.
Hey, Timmy. Wave to Timmy.
Hey, Timmy. Timmy.
You got Christian on there. You got Craig on there. You got Jack here. Telling me this is Jack. Down on the bottom.
Not that bottom.
We
What?
don't have Michael because I think Michael's still passed out.
Oh, Michael, what?
Michael McFarland.
What's with him?
Other night I was on his live stream,
Hmm.
and then me and my fiance, we passed out upstairs and came back. I looked at my YouTube, and he's still online. So I clicked
Oh,
the
really?
picture, and he's just,
Yeah, he was doing a Jerry Lewis marathon.
oh my god, he was passed out with a
Oh,
beer in his hands.
The live
He
stream.
eventually gets up, goes to bed.
Hmm.
So I ended up calling his wife. Took about a half hour to get a hold of her.
It was like
Oh,
20
it's
hours,
great.
and none of which was intelligible.
Really? 20. Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
if you were a pirate, you could understand, but I couldn't.
Arrgh.
Yeah, that's that part I can't get there. You know what I mean?
It's like if I'm tired or drunk on my live stream, I'll say
Both.
I'm drunk or tired, whatever. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
take a nap. I might just leave my stream up for watch hours or whatever. But I'm not gonna just pass right out on the camera.
But don't you have to have people watching it to get watch hours?
Yeah, or people just click on your thing and just
Shit.
Well,
use
you
the
get
watch hours.
you get some watch hours just because it's on, whether there's anybody watching or not. But if anybody bumps in and clicks on and goes, "Oh, this is one of those fake live streams," and gets off, you get you get credit for that.
Well, you ain't getting the whole. I mean, I don't even think it's
No.
worth all that.
I mean, I
I
hate
can go 20 hours. What the? No.
Yeah, I don't see as many of those Filipinos doing that silent live stream. You know,
Yeah, I've seen there's a lot of those. I'm like,
there used to be a lot more. One lady, she laid her in her whatever sleeping. You know, and I'm thinking to myself,
There's
geez.
still about 5 or 6 that do it regularly. I call them fake live streams.
just got a picture or just blank. I think I screwed around one day and did a silent live stream.
Hmm. Yeah.
Viking has a good point.
If you snore this silent live stream.
Well, you got to be able to be in a drunken stupor to understand it's somebody in a drunken stupor.
Well, you got to feel bad for the guy.
I've done that. I've done that. I've got wasted one time so I can understand what they're saying. So you're just getting wasted.
No, I feel for his wife and kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to walk her through to shut down the live stream
Living the dream.
and try to save him some embarrassment, you know.
Living the dream, you know.
Living the dream. Nah.
Yeah, that can't be that great on the
Maybe
body, man.
he may be
Yeah.
living his dream, but he's probably a nightmare to others.
We had a guy in we used to call it we called it the tool crib, and these all the time tool and die makers would there were two departments, one in the old building we call it, and one of them in the new one. And the guy that worked in the new one, he was a tool and die guy, he made a lot of money. But this guy in the morning, man, he'd be shitting and heaving at the same time.
Damn.
And oh my God, the stink from that stuff. This guy that's all he had in his belly was alcohol, you know? So he's dry heaving and shitting at the same time, simultaneous.
Yeah.
Straight diarrhea.
Oh my God, bad stink, man.
Sadly, I've known a number of bad alcoholics, and it is, very sad. You know, especially
Yeah, just
because eventually it catches.
no patience, yeah. Bubbles.
Well,
yeah,
Here we
bubbles,
go,
yeah.
Tony. Check your messenger, Tony.
Messenger. Oh. I don't forgot anything on here. I'll light her up, man. Oh shit, I had that fucking.
Timmy says, I have no patience to watch bubbles popping
Oh.
and growing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I just
Put
threw
that
away
on.
the bubble wrap. That's funny. I just threw away some.
Who put that in there? You put that in there, Jack?
Yeah. Probably about a half hour ago.
Oh, okay. He's probably hard at it right now, huh?
He's probably still in the coma in bed.
These glasses up, man. Jesus.
That and his wife won't let him go on the internet for days, probably like 3-day grounding.
Every time she wants to go to sleep, it's on.
Yeah, there's always light on. Like, let her sleep, dude.
Yeah, the bright light in the bedroom's on for like 20
Jesus.
hours straight.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking like, why don't you buy one of those like 10-inch ring lights, whatever, and have that on you, and turn off the ceiling light so she can sleep.
Yeah.
We have a visitor. Look at Santa Claus.
Visitor? No way. What's Santa gonna get today? Santa got anything happening today?
What's the surprise in the bag?
I don't know.
It's a bum.
Hey,
New from Frederick.
hey, don't forget to turn your camera off when you show us. I mean, when you.
What are you doing?
Oh, those are edible. Edible.
It's not long enough to put around your neck.
Mm,
Need a longer rope, honey.
Yeah.
I got from the memorial
Ah.
ceremony. Going to the
There's a bottle of KY in the
Island
bottom
live
right.
stream.
she got me a hat.
It's on backwards.
Looks
I
like a condom, man. Looks like a
It's on
condom.
sideways.
Looks like a condom. You got that little.
What do you
thin
need a
part of
tassel cap in Arkansas for? Doesn't get cold there.
Well, once or twice a year.
Yeah,
I look cool.
There, now you can go
Yeah.
rob a Walmart.
pretty close. Yeah, I got.
I got some balls.
Yeah, about time.
You get your balls?
Let you have them back. Thanks.
About time.
Thanks,
Come
honey.
back.
Hey, you're just borrowing them, remember. Just for
Yeah.
the live stream.
She was at her company's Christmas party today. So these are gifts.
They give us some
Yeah.
more apps. Babe.
They gave her
You got
4
some cock rings.
Oh, yeah.
We gave her these bracelets,
Cock rings.
this hat. Believe in yourself. So that's obviously a girly thing.
The other one.
Oh, the other one says I'm with stupid.
Life is just-
That's the one she wears.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, they cannot read it.
No.
I'm with stupid.
Oh, it looks better than Gary's. Don't tell Gary.
Let
we
me
said
see.
that.
Wait a minute there. I can't read that.
I bet that's
Life
not
is
made
a
of
journey,
good skin.
not a destination.
Life is a journey, not a boner. Oh, destination.
A boner.
You know what that said?
What? What's that?
Life is a disappointment.
That was wrong? Oh, shit.
Man, take my hat. Give me a hat and take it away.
There we go. All right.
Is she taking your
Control
balls
the
again?
glare.
That chocolate.
Yeah,
in my
control the glare.
You didn't bring any cake. Wait. You didn't bring-
All
Oh,
the
my
chocolate I left in my,
Did you hear
in my
that?
drawer.
She didn't bring any of the candy home from work.
Why not?
Bucket, voila.
No food?
I need to eat in my
Answer.
snacks.
Answer. Why did you not
Uh-oh.
bring any-
You know what? I think she's been drinking, David. Look.
Not at a company party.
Too much eggnog.
Or if
Whoop.
I had a drink, she'd be on the floor sleeping. So
Oh, yeah?
I'll be quiet.
she's a cheap and easy drunk.
Yeah, you better hurry up, too, huh?
Eggnog.
Oh, they're drinking. Oh, I see. What's that? Is that
San
San Miguel?
Miguel light.
Is it in the Philippines?
Yeah, he's in the
Nah, you drink. Right now, you're drinking San Mig. You're
It's in
drinking what?
Bacolod.
Where?
Drinking the Mig.
Oh, it's-
Mig Light,
San
not the Red Horse. Yeah.
Straight shot?
How do you say it, Jack? Bacolod?
I used to like that stuff, man, but I can't stand that no more.
Bacolod.
What's your
Bacolod City.
That's my beer.
Ugh,
Jack, my wife wants to know where you're located at.
chemicals.
Bacolod City.
Bacolod, yeah. I can speak his their.
His woman's language.
All right, I'm gonna.
He can speak your woman's language. She can speak your woman's
Oh,
language.
Bye
I'm pretty. Oh, thank you so much.
bye.
Timmy, yes, she did.
Joke lang.
See, now here's a story behind this. I hope it was Timmy. Here a couple weeks ago, somebody had to make a comment about Timmy's looks, and
Somebody what?
they were complimenting her on her looks, and I told her, "Sorry, I can't compliment you on your looks because my wife is the only beautiful girl in the world." So
So there's no gun at your ass?
Ah, ikaw lang, huh?
Got them sheep shears, man. Got that sickle ready to cut, ready to whack you up.
Anthony, we're not really friends.
you know,
Gonna take a needle and thread and stitch your sack back up.
Yeah, I have a knife right now. I'm
Uh-oh.
saying that I'm pretty. I stick the knife.
Sunglasses in the house.
so
All right, I'm leaving. Nice to see you guys.
All right.
Bye. Hello, Craig.
hey, Craig, how are you?
Good.
Morning, Tony.
What is it? What is it? Afternoon there already? Almost? Almost
Nah,
11
it's
a.m.?
morning, it's, I don't know. Yeah, 10 to 11 or something.
It's always sunny where he's at.
Not today.
He's got that
Oh,
bright
it's
light
nice.
on like Michael all the time.
Well, we're getting into the cold temperature stretch here. Snow's missing us, a lot of it anyway.
Actually, I miss the snow.
I just want to get out. Fuck that. I'll give you mine.
He sends a-
We always-
flying by-
You never, hey, if you ever hear me saying I like snow or I missed it, you can shoot me in the fucking head with whatever you want.
Do you have any on the ground right now, Tony?
Oh my, well, it's the dusting we got, but west of us and north of us, there was a lot. Enough to piss you off, you know.
I think I checked the weather in Michigan like about a half hour ago. It's like 32.
Ever, man. You'll never hear me say that. Never. Oh. Fuck. If I came back here, I'd be late leaving 5 minutes. And my son's getting married in 2024 now. That'll be the last time I come back here.
2024.
I said, you come see me. Well, that's a long way. I go, how do you think I feel? With my back feeling the way it does.
I've done an 18-hour hike, one leg coming this way.
This girl's got a good job too, so.
Yes, Timmy, thank you. My wife appreciates the compliments. Trust me.
She's probably sleeping right now, huh?
Laura, no, she's at 8.
Did you move the furniture out of the way so she wouldn't trip?
Yeah, well, she hasn't been drinking. I don't know, but
No, really.
yeah.
It's Viking.
Maybe she's been smoking then.
Maybe she doesn't smoke. So
Oh, she got into your medical marijuana stash.
yeah, she was at
No, Tony, they're like mine. They're the cheapest drunks around.
It's out in the backyard. I don't know. I ain't seen it.
Nah. Well, I know some Filipino girls that can outdrink most American men I know.
Go ahead. I've had my time of doing that.
Man, let me tell you.
Enough, man. All you want. That's what I say.
Seen
Yeah,
between
well,
100-pound Filipinos drink more than humanly
More than
possible.
drink water.
Well, you can have them.
Oh, they're just friends, you know.
Not buying their drinks.
I went to the store down the street a couple weeks ago to buy a case of Red Horse and some cigarettes. Actually, no, it was Utang. But there's guys sitting there. They're like, "Oh, foreigner, shot." I'm like, they got Red Horse. I'm like, I can't turn it down. Give me a clean glass. And they pour me. I think I had like 3 glasses of Red Horse. Like I'm like stumbling home.
Huh.
Getting my free Red Horse. I think it was probably almost a liter. I drank of theirs. I'm like, okay.
You had to make sure you didn't fall and bust those bottles all over the place.
Mm-hmm. I only had like 3 houses to walk to. 3 houses down.
Yeah, drink. You know what? I'd like to see drink Red Horse. I'd like to see what's his name? The hell's his name there?
Michael?
Robert.
Gary.
Robert, yeah. I'd like to see Robert drink a couple liters of that shit.
Yeah,
Fuck, you talk about being stupid, man. That'd be worse than the whiskey or brandy he drinks.
Mm-hmm.
I like Red Horse beer, you know.
It'd be the same.
But I like dark, heavy beers. So Red
I
Horse.
mean, you put ice cubes in there, you don't even give them long enough to melt.
Mm-hmm. It's like I don't understand that putting ice cubes in your beer is
No,
already cold.
I
You're
just
just like
make
watering it down.
No, I could never do that.
We had an alcoholic civilian, Glenn Bosaw, his last name. He's from northern Kentucky, Illinois border. And when he went to the officers club, the Rathskeller, the bar, he would drink beer and put tomato juice in it. And
My dad did that all the
V8?
time. That made me sick.
He told me he did it for his stomach. I don't know.
Yeah. That's what I heard. Was
And
like,
I heard
said,
it was called a poor man's Bloody Mary.
yeah, he said, you don't want to be like me. I was like, because I was 19, I was 19 then, you know. He said, you don't want to be like me, you know, because he was an alcoholic. Because sometimes he would, he's a civilian cook. Sometimes he would, he lived in Kankakee, something like that, Illinois. And instead of going home, he'd go home every other week, and he would sleep in the back of the mess hall where all the dry goods were. But he got somebody ratted on him, and then he.
Yeah,
So you're mixing tomato juice in with your beer. So it's like you're eating and drinking at the same time.
Nah, he was. He was just drinking. I said, "Why do you put that shit in there?" He said, "Well, something about." I don't even remember really.
no, I had a friend that drank vodka and V8, and that's what he always joked about was, you know.
He said, "You don't want to be like me." you know, because he'd see me in there too.
Hey, Baconator, how you doing?
Hello, Dennis.
Had a
Hey,
big
Leonard.
meeting.
How's things in the Great White North? What's the
Well,
temperature?
his new name is the International Man of Mystery.
Are you south of the border yet, Dennis?
Now, unless these freaking glasses up, I gotta go buy another pair, man.
We know Craig's way south of the border.
Yeah, Dennis, I am.
Yeah, he's damn near the bottom of the world.
That's what
Where the
people from
sun's
New
always
South
out.
Wales used to call us Victorians Mexicans because we're South.
Good thing about there, everything's looking up, like Yogi Berra said.
Yeah.
You know, what's his name on here? Dr. Sam's Chronicles. He lives in Brisbane, and he makes videos over there. He's got a lot of them. Matter of fact, he used to play in a band that in New Zealand they got the same name band. He's done with his, but they're called Evermore, and they've moved to Australia now.
Evermore.
Evermore, and they
Yeah, they're a massive band here. Massive band.
they play a lot of their songs too. That you know, I don't know if they had copyrighted music or not, but
Like a tribute band.
no, they're a real deal.
Okay. Evermore was a huge band here.
Yeah, that's his name. Well, I don't know his last name, but that if you look on YouTube, Sam's Chronicles, Dr. Sam's Chronicles, that's him. He's the drummer. He got to meet.
Okay.
I asked him. I said, "Hey, did you ever meet any big bands?" And he told me once he met Pat Benatar's band, and I said, "Oh, I saw him play live way back when I was 18, 17 years old." And I said, "Well, they're nice people." He goes, "I said, what do you think of what's her name?" He says, "She's a bitch." Yeah, Benatar. I said, "Well, why is that?" He said because he was talking to her drummer because he liked the way Sam did a certain something, and she comes backstage and there's all that food, and she just knocks it all on the floor. I don't want this shit. Bring me some real food. And I thought to myself, what about our bandmates? What if they were hungry?
Yeah.
Maybe
But,
that explains why I like them, Christian. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
You want some McDonald's?
well, it was during somebody else's live stream doing songs, so I couldn't spend all day on it.
What do you want? Right, hang on.
Michael will do songs on his channel, and it's just like old folk songs and weird shit. And I'm like,
how can you play a song and not get a copyright thing when I do something down by the beach in Masao there, and there's just bad karaoke singers.
I'm curious. Like, I want to see his YouTube studio and see how many times he got copyright claimed. I'm pretty sure every single video.
I gotta be, man. I mean, I think
If he's not monetized, it doesn't really matter. does it?
he is monetized though, isn't he?
Oh,
Yeah, he's monetized just like a peso
Well,
or centavos.
If he isn't monetized and he plays that kind of stuff out, and when it comes time for him to be, they'll count it against him.
right.
Yeah, I try my
Yeah,
best.
Jack, he played what? He played entire songs, like 4 or 5 minute songs of like Waylon Jennings or whoever the hell it was.
Yeah,
Well, he probably figured, people doing this one are listening to that.
that's
It's
why.
probably not monetized.
Boy, if that music don't want to make you feel like shooting yourself, boy.
Shooting yourself while you're jumping off a bridge.
Well, that brings up a good question. Who's the most famous person
Right.
you ever met, Mr. Yank?
What's what?
Who's the most famous person you ever met?
John Kennedy or Robert Kennedy Jr.
Okay. Anybody else?
I also met. If anybody ever heard of the Greg Kihn Band? He's playing the breakup song. Google that.
What do you
Look
mean
at
by met? You in the presence of, or
Yeah, well, I
shook hands with,
Let,
talk to?
yeah, let's say you were within a couple of feet and they acknowledge your presence. You know, maybe you had a conversation.
I met,
I have it. If you
I had
got a
Mickey
song,
Rooney in my taxi one day.
what
That
are the
was pretty
songs
cool.
called?
Who?
And about his fifth wife, who was about
The breakup
25 and he was
song.
about 70.
What else? Is there?
Oh,
Where in your taxi?
Well, when I was working in Melbourne, I picked him up from a hotel one day to take him to a radio station to get for his interview, and he was pretty cool. And then
There you go.
when we got to the radio station, there was like 50, 60-year-olds there mobbing
Jeopardy.
the taxi when he was getting
Here, there's one song here.
pretty cool.
I know you heard this.
Chatted for about 20 minutes. It was all right.
This is a Jeopardy.
Jeopardy. Greg King Band.
Yeah, I met that guy
I can
back
name
in
that tune 3 notes.
85. He comes up to me. I was security guard. This was Holiday Inn at the time, and I think I've said this before, but he comes to the front and he says, just before I knew what the hell I knew who he was. Like the front desk guy told me. He says, "How do we get to the airport?" Because some of them had a Greyhound bus, and I think some were flying. And I said, "Well, it's right near the corner. You go down to that light right here, take a right. At the next stoplight, take a left. It's on your right-hand side." And he says, "So I go that way?" He pants the opposite way. I go, "What the fuck is wrong with this guy?" You know? And he was a real stoner, but he had a breakup song and Jeopardy, those two tunes. And John Schneider from Dukes of Hazzard. I met that guy, the big tall guy.
Yeah,
I met Uncle Cracker.
Uncle Cracker. No.
That's
You met
my-
Uncle Cracker? So did you call him Cracker?
No, I don't want to be racist.
I was standing on the street of my hometown when Jimmy Carter was campaigning for president and drove by, standing out top of the limo. And I'm standing right at the side of the road with both hands in my jacket. And I thought, wouldn't it be cute if I just pulled him out real quick and went, "Surprise." But there were like 2 Secret Service agents standing right in front of me. 'Cause I had both hands in my jacket.
You know, I was leaving. We had a transit center downtown. All our freeway flyers would, go in there in the evening and morning. And so I leave out of there because I'm dead heading up to the start of the route. And all of a sudden, all these cops and stuff coming by us. And this was after Bill got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Bill Clinton rides. There's a girl on a 10-speed bike next to my bus, and then there's me. This fucking guy, he didn't even look at me. He looked right at her. and he waved at her, and then he goes like,
Yeah, I met Bill Clinton twice. Once as a youth, and then once as when I taught at the college. When I was in junior high, he was the governor of Arkansas. And then when he was up at the college and we had meetings, he was after his presidency.
It looks like Hillary sucked the soul out.
Hey, biking out. Didn't Robert say he drove around with the Dubliners too in Ireland?
Mm-hmm.
she had to prove she was the better woman, did she? Christian, what I was saying before, I said maybe that explains why I like bottoms, because I'm at the bottom. That doesn't really matter. It was a stupid joke, but there you go.
Dubliners. Huh? That's like a folk band, ain't it?
Yeah, also, I guess someone famous,
Well, Robert,
Joe Namath, the quarterback, right, Tony?
yeah.
He was from my hometown. In fact, he went to high school with my oldest sister.
Wow.
But me and my buddies were at a bowling alley one day. There's like 40 lanes at this bowling alley. But the only people in there were me and my buddies. We were like 12 12 years old or something. And Joe Namath and one of his buddies, they're about 15, 20 lanes over. And we saw him, and, you know, all my friends were, hey, that's Joe Namath. Hey, let's go. We went over there. Back then, when you kept score on an actual piece of paper, remember, on a bowling
Yeah.
alley? So that's all we had to get an autograph was to rip up our bowling score sheet, you know. We're like, hey, Joe, can we have an autograph, you know? So he signed it real quick, and then he's like, get out of here, kid, you know.
You know this
Wasn't the most pleasant guy.
the hockey player from Chicago Blackhawks at the time, it was Bobby Hull.
Yeah.
And we have a minor league team, or Milwaukee Admirals are a minor league team. Well, they
That's
were
going way back.
yeah. They're well, yeah. I was like 11 years old or something. We were down by the
60s,
lakefront.
early 70s. Yeah.
Yeah, we're early 70s. We were in lakefront, and that I always heard that name. If you knew anything about hockey, you knew that name. You know, even if you didn't. And this guy's sitting down by the lake. And he goes, and we said hi to him. And he says, "You guys like hockey?" And we're like, "We don't like that shit."
Nah, we don't like that.
Yeah, well, he says, I'm Bobby Hull, and I said, "Get out of town," because I knew who, I heard of that name. I said, "No, you're not." He goes, "Yeah, I am." He showed me his driver's license, and it was him. But he wore a hairpiece. But
Oh, yeah?
yeah, and even when I didn't know, you still could tell.
How old was he? Was he like 50 then? Or
In the
40?
early 70s, he must have been. He looked like he might have been in his 40s.
Yeah.
I don't know how old he is today.
You guys,
But
do you know who Nolan Richardson is?
yeah, Arkansas, yeah.
Basketball coach.
Yeah, he wandered into my office one day lost. Poor guy. Super nice guy. He walks in and he's
Hey.
like, I hate to bother you, but I am really lost. I'm trying to
Hey,
find blah, blah, blah here at our camp.
I saw that guy on. I hadn't seen him in years. That's why when I saw him, when he was older. I hardly recognized him. But he was at an enshrinement because he went into the college football college basketball or pro basketball Hall of Fame because he was given he hooked up with the right people when he was coaching. He thought he was good enough to be NBA, but he wasn't. And he says. He got these, he's got these priests got all these clergy people are in the crowd, and during his speech he says, he's thanking all these people, and he said, I got to tell you, years ago I was listening on the radio because I was driving from wherever to wherever, and I heard him say, it must have been Bird and what's his name, enshrinement or something like that. And he says, I kept hearing this guy say, Bird scored, Bird did this, and Bird that. And then he got home and saw him on TV, and he went, God damn, I didn't know he was a white man. These priests, looking at him, He was hilarious. He looked like a prick on TV, though.
Yeah, he was a real nice guy. I asked him. He came in and said he's lost. He's looking for this, and people getting lost at our campus, that was normal. And I told him, I said, well, there's one of two things I can do for you. I can try to give you directions if you like, or if you want, I can get you there in about 4 minutes by walking you. He's like, oh, I would really appreciate it if somebody would just take me where I'm supposed to be, because I have no clue where I'm at.
Was he new?
New to our campus.
Oh, okay.
Now, this is long after he retired. This was probably 3 years before I retired from college.
You ever see people that when they see somebody, they fall down because they can't believe they're there?
Yeah, I never had that problem.
That happened. You've seen people do it though.
I just felt sorry for him because he seemed like such of a nice,
No, when I met
gentleman who was
when I met RFK Jr., I was always big on American history, and the politics at the time. And when I felt that tap on my shoulder and I turned around, it was him. He looked just like his dad. I fell down and fell away because I was so freaking shocked. It was like looking right at his father, and he's like, "Yeah, I get that a lot." And then he was sitting there talking to me. There were people being rude in the background, but that was the biggest. Wisconsin Senator Bill Proxmire is another one, but But Bill would shake your hand whether you were a kid or not, kid or a voter or not. He didn't care.
Well, that's what so that must be what happened. I've always thought when people come up to me and they get all flushed and pass out and faint, it was because of my charming good looks. But maybe it's because I'm so famous.
Maybe it was the body odor.
I mean, Equator? Is that what you're saying there, Christian? Equator? EQ? UATER? TOR?
No, you're right.
Well, I think he meant Equator.
Yeah, the equator.
I think you
When
meant
you
each
see the
other.
Yank- No, I met him in person, man. It was probably the biggest thrill I got.
Day and night, and then they're gonna go to the thing. Starts 2:00.
And this
Thank
one
you,
guy
Rick.
this one guy that drove for us, he died. Oh man, he was a funny guy. Kid Rock was in town at Summerfest. Every summer they have a festival down at the lake, and he's not a bullshitter, so I tend to believe his story. But he was the last bus to leave, and Kid Rock was asking him about where to get. He needed to get down to Chicago. This is after he's divorced from Pamela Anderson. This guy went and got his car after he pulled the bus in and drove him down to Chicago. He said she was a real crazy bitch. Pamela Anderson.
Wait, who was married to Pamela Anderson?
Kid Rock.
No kidding.
Tommy Lee.
He was.
I thought it was Tommy Lee. Yeah.
Him too. Well, you can be married more than one time.
Well, Kid Rock's awful young to be married to that old woman.
No, this was back. No, this was this was back. This was
old. He's only what, 40?
This is probably 2005 or 7 or something like that.
If you want to see famous people, all you got to do is
Not today. This
when
is a long time.
Walmart shareholders convention is in town, you just go to the airport and hang out, and you'll see actors, actresses.
Well, shareholders for what?
Walmart.
Oh,
Walmart has a week-long shareholders event where they bring in huge talent and pay them millions of dollars to sing and to sign autographs and just to hang out with the local folk in our Walmart Music Pavilion, Arkansas Music Pavilion.
they
You
would
can
do
see,
it.
you never know who you're going to see year to year there.
What did they do? What did they do that for?
Shareholders.
Oh, you should see the when you have a shareholders in the Green Bay, everything's privately. It's privately owned, or it's public ownership. So everybody in there's got a beer in their hand and a brat in the other.
And a cheese head on their head.
It's the only NFL team that's not owned by one owner.
Yeah, I
It's
bought
public.
my
public.
brother some stock in it years ago.
It's publicly owned.
So
So do they have a say in who the president and GM is and the coach and all that stuff?
Not only the what do you call it? The top tier guys.
Ah, see.
the board of directors.
Well, they can't move the team. They can't ever move the team.
I guess you guys probably all heard that Mike Lynch from Mississippi State passed away.
No, I didn't.
Football.
Leach, not Lynch.
Yeah, Leach. Sorry.
Leach.
Yeah.
Mike Leach, football coach.
Oh, okay.
Mississippi.
Texas Tech, Washington State, Mississippi State.
Yeah.
Well, how old was he?
61, same as you and me.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Jack, what happened?
He's not on anymore, so you know what that means.
Oh, he right here. BRB, all.
BRB, y'all.
Yeah, there's some big time back then.
Australia just won the toss and they've elected to bowl. That's not good. I wanted to watch them bat. First session against the first test of South Africa in Brisbane.
Are you
Just
talking cricket?
Yeah, I'm talking cricket. Yeah.
Ah,
We
Got
have
it all
no
in the
clue.
get hit between
Nah.
the wickets. That's kind of like croquet.
They must think there's a bit of movement or green pitch today because 75% of the time you'd bat first. But anyway,
If you hit that croquet ball too hard, you might kill somebody.
yeah, I had a mate. It was the first funeral I went to. Someone I knew. His elder brother was 16, and back in the 70s, before they had helmets, and he got hit in the temple with a cricket ball, and 3 minutes later he was dead. Always remember that because I do a guard of honor, and yeah, I remember him in the car. Image has stayed with me forever.
Yeah.
16.
Tony, do you remember the Italian parties when the old guys would play bocce?
Bocce ball?
Yeah.
Yeah. You still got that during Festa Italiana they got a bocce ball thing set up.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like what is that shit with the ice? Curling. It's like curling almost with
But you got an object ball that you got to get close to. Right?
yeah, like get points. These fucking glasses, I swear. Jesus.
And
God damn nose pads, son of a
You
bitch.
just need some magnifying glasses. That's all.
Nah, if I could fucking see, I wouldn't need them. Son of a bitches.
If chickens had lips, they could kiss you.
Yeah. There was this funny God dang it, I forget what it was. It was hilarious. This guy's
It's funny if you can remember it.
yeah. It was a funny story about chickens, and this guy says I butcher it, I'll fuck it up if I don't remember it correctly. He says now he can speak in chicken tongue. You can understand what they're saying. I forget what the hell it was. I was on Facebook or on Messenger or something like that. It was hilarious. I'll remember that at 3:00 in the morning there. Won't do me any.
have to write it down. Have a pad and pen by the side of your bed.
Oh, I got to record it, man. I can't.
Tony, I heard this one guy say, "What's the difference between clitoris and a golf ball?"
Oh,
And
jeez.
he said a guy will spend 10 minutes looking for his golf ball. I've heard a lot of golf jokes, but that was pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Man. But anyway.
Anyways.
Oh, no. What was it? I bet you I'll find it in my freaking phone here, man.
Oh, fucking cat.
Oh, the cat did it again.
Uh-oh. What'd you
Yes.
do?
Hope that wasn't your
Smash
favorite
Coffee
drinking glass.
cup.
Your
What?
favorite coffee cup.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Yep.
with coffee, half a cup of coffee in it.
You know what? If that
Oh.
were me, that fucking cat's gone.
It's always the cat's fault. Yeah.
Hey, we had this cat that I think we got him from a shelter. We already had one, back in the 80s. We got another one. And this cat was so messed up in the head. It would I worked third shift in the summertime, so I could get the most time out of my day. And this what the fuck was that story? I forget. Golly, man.
Well, guys, I got to go feed my wife.
Oh.
It's that time of
The cat jumped on my chest and it took a piss. I'm like, what the hell, man? So I searched that lucky bastard got between the closet and the wall, behind the wall. So when I finally got a hold of him, I opened the back door, and I threw him out. And I thought, well, you got a better chance out there because you're not going to survive in here. And like 2 weeks later, I saw this gray splat on the road,
Uh-huh.
It was the cat.
I've never heard of a cat pissing on somebody. That is
Well, I think he was a kitten really. And
Marking their territory.
no, he was that guy, the cat would do shit and I'd jack him up all the time. I'd slap the shit out of him. And I think
poor little pussy, you know.
I think he developed one that
Poor little pussy just wanted love.
yeah, when he was around me, he got nervous, No, he wasn't a poor cat. I mean, he had a better chance than I would have given him if he'd have stayed in the house. I mean, I don't mind mind pets, but hey, I work third shift. I'm tired. It's hot. So I gave this cat more than one chance, took a bit of vet and all of that stuff.
All right, I gotta go. I gotta go take.
All right.
the
What are you cooking, David?
Well, I don't know if we're cooking or going.
You a little slap and tickle later?
No, that's an everyday thing.
Oh, that was this morning.
Go get some Southern food, huh?
Maybe. Yeah,
Great.
I don't know what we're gonna have.
Yeah, while you're eating, you think of us.
I won't. Trust me.
Well,
Won't think of you guys at all.
told you not to go there.
All right, guys. I'll see you next Tuesday.
See ya, Tuesday, 5:30.
That's
Hey,
right.
David.
See
All
you.
right.
Bye.
Hey, Greg, we're gonna talk about fish next time.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah. So
that's good.
Working.
Stinky fish.
stinky fish, live stinky fish. Take care, guys.
Hey, too. Thanks for coming. Oh, man. Took me off of my favorite thing there. You got to have. I like making these a little tighter. That cat wasn't bad. I gave it we took it to the dock and, I got meds and all that. And it was starting to,
She jumped up there and bloody
You just-
grabbed the coffee cup and bang.
he just kept doing it, man.
Oh, that's all right.
Well, it mistimed its jump.
Yeah, I don't know.
You
That's
didn't-
your
you didn't-
favorite coffee cup?
Yeah, you didn't have that coffee cup in this landing spot, did you?
It's one of my favorite, but we did have 6 of them. Now we're down to 4. I like it because it's a bit bigger,
Yeah, you could always buy a new one, right?
Damn.
Yeah. I'll get another one. Get them at freaking Walgreens or something. Fish in the sea. Yeah. Working time for Timmy. What is it? Saturday morning over there. You have your own business there, Timmy?
Is he in the Philippines?
Chimmy's a woman, a girl. Yeah, she's in the
She-
Philippines. I never asked her why it's called Timmy. Maybe it's one of her kids or something. I don't know.
Maybe it's a nickname for her name.
No, I gave that cat. I'm not. It's just you give them every opportunity, man, and they just, it wasn't like it was the first time. So, it had enough warning. That thing would hear me. That thing would hear me coming down the stairs. My ex-wife said it'd run away and go hide.
Hey, Tony, what's the weather forecast for Monday Night Football there? Supposed to be
Cold,
like in the
man.
teens or something?
Cold, man. Cold. Yeah, we gotta go down to Miami next week.
And welcome them
Weather
LA boys.
for Monday.
Monday's forecast for Milwaukee is 27 degrees and mostly cloudy.
Oh, Monday's weather for Green Bay, Wisconsin.
That's the high, and that's
Monday's
Milwaukee.
forecast for Green Bay is 20 degrees and mostly
There
cloudy.
you go. Starts out with a niner. Game
I wonder
started
if you ask her Monday evening's weather.
18, 19 degrees, man. 40% chance of rain or snow. Yeah, it might snow a little bit.
There you go.
Minnesota still got to come here, so does Detroit. So You know, one thing they get spoiled when they get spoiled when they play
Play in
indoors.
their dome stadium.
Their domes, yeah. Oh, I thought to myself, oh, you know, the Brewers get one. I'll go there all the time. Well, by the time they did that, I spent enough money that I hardly ever went there anymore.
Hey, is that Bud Grant? Is he still living?
No, he died. Minnesota
Yeah.
coach. He died a few years
Yeah.
ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that guy had a sinister look, didn't he? Bud Grant looked like he
Well, that's
was
what all the old timers looked like when we were kids, you know? You didn't see too many of them smiling and happy. Well,
working time. Timmy, how'd you get your name, Timmy? Okay. That would help if I click back over to StreamYard, then I would be able to click on it. There you go. Oh, Malaysia. You live in Malaysia or are you Filipino working in Malaysia? $400,000 subscriber for Tom Grassi has a show called The Packcast.
looks like the vacuum cleaner's coming out.
You know what? I know people watch this guy. I think he lives in Green Bay, I believe. Either that or Buffalo. I don't know. But the dude, during a Packer game, during a live Packer game, I know not everybody in the country can see it, but he has a live stream. And this guy's making the bucks with super chats. And I thought to myself, these people could be watching this shit on TV. It's my nickname, huh?
What are you talking about? What's he showing on his stream? He's getting super chats.
No, he's just nothing himself talking. He's got all kinds of Packer stuff. He's got a regular job. I don't know. He's in the process of getting divorced, but I believe he lives in Green Bay. I could have swore I heard him say Buffalo one time, but he had Mark Murphy, the president of the Packers. He's retiring. He had an interview with him, and it's called Packcast. He's a character, likable guy. He's got thousands of people watching him. You know, he's on a live stream during a Monday Night Football game, no matter who it is. And there's a couple thousand people on there.
Oh, is that all he does is talk football?
Yeah. Yeah, he has a fundraiser once in a while for somebody. I think he puts a bunch of causes into a hat and picks one out, and that's the one that gets the money. He had one that was that had something to do with gay guys. I forget, and some of his contributors told him that they didn't appreciate going for that kind of thing. He said, "I don't care if you leave or not." You know, he doesn't give he knows these organizations. Then so he lost a few donors, you know. But what's the name? YouTube takes 30%. He makes some bucks on there. Oh, work in Malaysia. You know, I'm not even one to, but it's got to be more comforting knowing you're not that far from home. I had a sister-in-law that was working in Kuwait, you know. So, Middle Eastern countries don't have a great track record when it comes to women's rights and all that. But, Taiwan.
Malaysia's probably 2.5 hour flight.
Something like that. Timmy, that was it's probably 3 hours maybe from Manila. And then you got a lot of, everywhere you go, there's a Filipino, man, everywhere. You know, when my wife first came here and we were in the mall, the only one we got left here. And This lady comes up to us. She knew where she was from. Yeah, I could get contacts that have. The thing is, I have that stigmatism, so it's like a monovision. You know, one's close and one's away, and I got them both for distance because 4 hours, huh? I got them both for distance because that strains your eyes a lot when you got two separate, you know, doing two poles like that. Yeah, Kuala Lumpur. You know, my initially when I had my retirement plan set, I was going to. I haven't been able to do it yet, and I probably still will. But I was going to. Once I got in the Philippines, I was going to use that as my base and go visit, you know, Vietnam, Malaysia, and Indonesia. Once I got there, but Vietnam would be you know, you grew up on watching that on TV every night, watching that war, you know. And man, my dad had some friends that would come over and do that. My dad, I think he still got it. My sister probably jumped on it. It's a Bill and Howell slide projector. And one of his friends came over and showed us put some on there that were pictures of, you know, dead VC on there, and like burnt out backs. They were just bad. You know, they throw an ace of spades on them or something. That has some kind of significance to it. But, you know, as a kid, coming home watching that, seeing it on news every night, Walter Cronkite talking about, you know, and then the protests going on, you know, the hippies and all that. It was.
Who was it that had the slides? Who had the slides?
My dad had my dad's got a slide projector. It's a Bell and Howell. It's red and white.
Right.
And there's a big screen, you know, you pull it up, it's portable.
Right.
Well, I brought that down. My dad, I used it in Ohio once, but I don't think my sister, I remember a battery, the bulb was expensive for that. So that thing, I don't even know if she knows it's there. It might be still in the closet. But his friend had slides made because it was popular back, you know, early 70s, late 60s. So especially in the 60s when he bought that. But he would show us, you know, photos that he took. That was some pretty nasty stuff when you're a kid, you know. Then you got all the race riots going on, the Vietnam protests going on. You had all this stuff happening around you, and you couldn't get a straight answer out of any adults around here, you know. So you're a kid, you're curious, so that's what you see, you know, on TV and in real life. Well, why are these people protesting? Why are they dressing like that, smoking weed or whatever, doing whatever drugs? And, you know, then you had the race riots, and they met on the viaduct. All the Polish guys had their shotguns and all that stuff. Oh, that was I went out. We had a mandatory what do they call that? Martial law for a day or something like that. And it was a Sunday. And I didn't know nothing about none of that. I went outside. And that was the first time in my life that I ever felt like the whole world belonged to me. Because there wasn't a soul anywhere but birds, you know. Everything was dead quiet. It was 8 o'clock in the morning. And I come walking in the house because I walked around going, wow, this is strange. I go in the house, my dad goes, what the hell are you doing outside? I'm like, I don't know, you know. Went outside, see if any of my friends were around. You ain't supposed to be out there, you know. When you're that age, when you're 8 years old, you know, 7, 8 years old, you know, you don't understand hate and dislike, you know, for other people. I don't know. Was it like that around there by you, Kiko?
No, not that I can ever. I mean, there were some, you know, uprisings and stuff, but never never a curfew. Like I said, I was too young, you know. So
Well, we had a
probably
guy
didn't
named
affect me.
Father Grappi. He was a priest, and he was always involved in the marches. They were just tearing everything apart on the other side of the viaduct because with the Menominee Valley, that used to be one huge river. Man, it was massive. It's like big. It was wide. It was about as wide as the Mississippi, if not wider. It was they got viaducts over there, but it was we moved from the north side where the riots were starting to the south side. I never been across that bridge till I was that I remember until I was 8. Oh, Dad, do they have McDonald's over here? Just a foreign part of the city for me.
Wow, was it kind of segregated city?
Yeah, well, the north side where we lived, blacks were starting to move in, and when a kid, it's a great time. Everybody's working, man. The sun's out, everybody's happy, and you don't know what's going on. So when during the riots, they had a sign in the window. It said, "Brother lives here." Then they wouldn't mess with your house. So I remember before we moved, I was about 6 years old. 6 years old, I think. I was outside in front of the house, and a bunch of teenagers came. I was calling them all kinds of names that I hear the adults call, black kids. And they started pushing me around, I didn't know why. And my dad came downstairs. We lived in a duplex. We lived upstairs. A lot of Germans owned them back then on that side of town. And my dad comes down. I thought, oh, great. He saved me from these kids. So that was the day, and the first time I realized that my dad was an asshole, because I was on my way upstairs. He's ranting and raving and whipping the crap out of me. And my mom don't remember it. And my niece don't believe me, but believe me, when you have something traumatic happen to you, you remember. And I used to like model cars. Always had daddy's cars, my first words, And he came in my bedroom and he snapped this. I had like a 65 Cadillac. I think the model maker was RM, something like that, I forget. But he broke it in half, to hurt my feelings. And that was the first time I ever experienced, and I never forgot that. I didn't know nothing. You teach your kids. You don't go whipping the shit out of them and then tell them that you shouldn't say something like that just because you hear the adults say it. I didn't even know what it meant, And my dad worked with what became one of my supervisors when I started there. He used to go fishing with this black dude all the time. So, I'm confused, man. I didn't know what was going on. But that was the first time I ever experienced my dad was the kind, he'd whip your ass and then teach you later, My great uncle, our uncle, you knew where he stood right away on anything. So you just didn't do it, And he was a fair person, but when you effed up, man, you had that belt out, boy. You disrespected him, and he wasn't a difficult man, my uncle. He was a good man, very good man, but he come from old country, man. You don't backtalk. Wives don't backtalk their husbands, and children don't. They don't backtalk their dads. But mine, man.
Coming back.
My uncle once, one of the neighborhood kids stole some money from my mother, and she says, "Don't tell your uncle." But I did anyway. My uncle went nuts. Oh, man. We stole, goddamn it, anybody stealing my house, Oh, Lord. My uncle was a good guy. My uncle, and it's okay if I got family members from my family on there, I doubt it. But I love my uncle more than I did my dad. And a matter of fact, I told my uncle that once when he was dying, when I was in, I went to visit him in Ohio. He, you know, you knew what you could do and what you couldn't do. And if you did the wrong thing, you knew what you had coming. The thing of it was, you didn't do it again. You know. So there wasn't like, oh, should I try this? He might not see me. Well, it don't matter. He's a good guy, man. He's the one that lived in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that's the two words you didn't want to hear from an old guy was "come here."
Yeah,
here.
you knew
You know,
it with him.
You didn't
man.
want to hear "come here." You know,
My
you
uncle,
knew what was up.
my uncle, all he asked for was like anybody should, was simple respect. To respect what you've been told and to respect other people. You know, kids had their places. You know, everybody did. My uncle, I guess my cousin's telling me that he backhanded my aunt once in a while. That's before I got there. But I can see, not that it's just, but I could see why, because she had quite the feisty mouth. But I, you know, he's my blood. I'm not gonna go against him. You know, they were both good to me. It's just, you know, I remember when my grandfather died and I came up for his funeral. They took a train to Chicago, I think, and a train up here or a bus. But my uncle supported my grandma for a few years after my grandfather died. My grandfather was in construction. He was screwed up by the time he was 53. And I didn't know this, but my mom told me. I wish she'd have told me back then, but my uncle used to support my grandma for a while after my grandfather died. And they came up there, and my great aunt had a bunch of dimes. And she said, "Here, don't tell nobody." And she gave me a palm size on my hand full of dimes. And I never forgot that, man, you know. I always remembered that. They were both good to me. I had better parenting from them, you know. They were fair people, but you had discipline.
How long you been in college?
What's that?
As she says.
Yeah, we're down to three. We're down to three little Indians. Timmy lives.
I was just wondering how long she's been in an OFW in Kuala Lumpur.
She lives in Kuala Lumpur, 15 minutes away from city center. Oh, it's pretty nice around there. They did have the largest, tallest building in the world for a while, but you didn't think that Dubai was going to let them outdo them, did you? Dubai's got it now, I think.
China will probably build one.
So what is? Yeah, they built, but they have a ton. That's what this Ping guy's getting in trouble. They built a ton of housing projects in anticipation of these sprawling, huge, you know, cities with all these roads that are like 4 lanes wide, and there's nobody living in them. The construction, most of this stuff isn't even done.
Well, they probably realize they're going to fall down in 15 years, so they're not buying them.
Well, they will, because nobody can afford them. The money is just countries with money think they can go throw something up and expect it to thrive. Well, they overdid it, and it hasn't. So, Kuala Lumpur. Oh, no more. What's her name? 2 weeks now.
Who?
Faiza's a pretty busy girl now lately.
Yeah. Busy time of year, isn't it?
She was on, who was it this morning?
Well, I suppose if you're Muslim, you don't really care about Christmas. I don't know.
Yeah. Shoot, she was on somebody's live stream today. Oh,
Humbug.
time to get going. That dude, he's the California-Nevada border or something like that. My nickname. What? Well, what's your real name there, Timmy, then? That'd be an interesting. Oh, Bobby, yeah. Bobby's the one that had that. Yeah, that's his name. His wife is from Thailand. He's going over there at the end of the month.
That'd be nice.
So, Timmy, if you're over there working, you must have had your flight paid for from the employer or the agency, right? But would something like that go for like US about $250 or something? $300 round trip?
No idea.
I know it's 180, about 180, 160, 180 from.
Hey Tony, my wife
Manila.
got tickets next month to Florida, $87 round trip. 87.
I can spend a couple of days with my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law's when I'm there, you know, go visit. One's got a kid and partner.
Oh,
Quite sacred. Quite sacred. Just an angel with broken wings. I can't use it here. Oh, jeez. Yeah, name's sacred, huh? You know, my son had a girlfriend named Dionysia, and I knew a guy at work that named his daughter that. And there is no, it's a made up name. It's just something with God. Dio is God in Italian. But no idea my employer.
well, it's fair.
Oh, really? You get one vacation a year, though, huh? Oh. God, man, I'm tired. I'm already freaking dark at, 4 o'clock now here?
I'm gonna stuff that.
Yeah, oh, my God. You know what?
Yeah, that's quite depressing.
You know, my son's fiance wants to have her wedding in October, and I thought, oh, geez, you know, it's kind of cool, and it starts getting cool. So all I can say is for that time, I will book a ticket, and I'll be gone a week or less. Because I ain't dealing with this crap no more. Well, unless I have to have some kind of major life-saving surgeries or something.
At least you won't be sweating in a suit and tie.
You know what I was wondering? People are on disability. Can they pick the classic Medicare, healthcare where you got to pay the monthly premiums, be kind of steep, or can you get? Can you get?
Ask Michael next time he's on.
Yeah. What time? Well, I got to catch him when he ain't drinking. What's that called? Damn, dang it. The other one. Advantage plans where you pay heavy at the back end, you know. Because for me, if I'm not going to be around here a lot, it'd be throwing money, you know. I mean, not really throwing money away because you use it once and save your life. It's worth it.
Did you use any kind of health care when you were over in the Philippines your entire time?
No,
Okay.
not for me.
If you would have had something happen to you, you would have just been paying cash, correct?
I believe that's the frame of mind I was under. But I also know that I also asked the insurance company I have, health insurance, if I get sick over there, would you cover me? And they said yes, but I think that coverage is if you have an emergency and they're assuming that you're temporarily there. But if you live there and you have something happen in January, then all of a sudden you happen 2 months later, you know, you're still there, and
How
they're
long
gonna
were you
look.
there? Were you there like 6 months or so?
Yeah, I was there 6 months. Yep. Yeah, I know you guys got Phil Health. My wife and my son got it, but if you're on my work health care, my work health insurance takes me to 65, and then it's a co-payer with Medicare that we have here. And my question is if you're on disability here, can you pick an Advantage plan, or do you have to pick the plan that, you know, that has the huge copay?
And Timmy, do they have individual and family plans for that Phil Health?
It's all in one, man. It's all one big mess.
No, but I mean, if you're a person by yourself, you just pay that premium. What if you have 4 kids?
I don't think if
Of
you
course, it's going to cost more, right?
here.
No, for Phil Health.
Oh, I don't know. Well, I get it. I don't even. They don't have to. You don't have to pay any premiums for that, do you? You know who pays the premiums for that, Kiko? We do. We do with the amount of you foreigners used to get what's called the Z package, and the money, and it went from foreigners were paying $38 a month to 300 and something a year, or 38 a year to 300 and something a year. So what do you think that 300 something going for? My sister-in-law had a baby for free. That's over here. That's around 30,000.
To have a baby. That's nuts. It's not. That's how much it costs you to have a baby.
Here,
How
without insurance,
how did she get it for free?
because it's free. Their healthcare system, because you know the foreigners pay partly for that. She's a citizen. Now I know there's I know that one guy used to watch Steve. His girlfriend had a tumor, which he helped her out with the medical costs, but she went to what they would be their Social Security to see. I guess it goes by how much you make too. I'm not sure. Insurance call. I am paying monthly for medicine purposes, if I ever. Okay. Yeah, medicine. Everybody. Yeah, here medicines are copay. You know, if I buy a medicine that's $80, it costs me $9. Yeah. Yeah, so my wife and son are under that. They're not me, but I know that they got insurance for foreigners, but I don't know if you get it past the age of 70. That's like $400 a month. But you know, emergency, you can go to Guam. I mean, but if you want to go to heart surgery, you have heart issues, they need surgery. I think Hawaii would be the, you know.
Tony, does your son have some documentation that he's a dual citizen?
Yeah, his passport, his birth certificate. When he was born, they used to give out a certificate. When he was born,
But he was born in the U.S.
Yeah, but
and his passport is U.S.
he has both. He has two, Philippine and American.
Okay, how did you get that?
Well, this is how you do it. You put in a report of birth and report of marriage. You send it down to the consulate, Chicago. They send it to Manila. They copy it, put it in their system, send it back to you. That's how you get because you can't get a Philippine passport without, proof. So
report of birth.
Yeah, his report of birth is there's a separate birth certificate for him there. It's, the report of birth. So the Philippine government knows that his mother and him are Filipinos.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, because that Bob Martin guy I know, he said, well, I got a certificate for mine. Well, that was way before mine. And I was asking that question one time. They said, "Well, do you have a Philippine passport?" I said, "Yeah." Well, there you go.
Did you have to get that through the consulate in Chicago?
Yeah, the passport. Yeah.
Yes. And you had to
Yeah.
pay. Do you remember how much you had to pay?
No, I don't. No, I don't remember. Theirs is good for 8 years, maybe.
For a child?
No. The passport. Timmy, is that good for 8 years? Or ours are good for 10.
Well, no, under 16 is only good for 5 here.
Oh, okay. Well, he's due a new one for both of them then, because he's been there since. Well, no, he got there. He was 4.
Yeah, adults here are 10 years, but I think 16 and under is 5 years. I'm pretty
Yeah, it's 5. Yeah, that's right. The U.S. one's 5. So when I get around to having to renew mine someday, or if I feel like taking a frick adventure, I'll take the bus down there or take a fast cat or whatever. 10 years, huh? Okay. I think they used to be 7 or 8. So my son got one after he got there.
Craig,
So he'll be 8 this April.
Craig, is your wife an Aussie citizen or is she still a Philippine citizen?
Nah, Aussie citizen. Nah,
You can't be dual?
nah, she didn't want to be.
So how many years did she have to live there before she got that?
4 years,
Oh, 4.
and then she had to pass some
Yeah.
knowledge test. Yeah.
Right.
You know what? It's like the DMV here. You have 4 set tests. If you've been through the ringer, by the time that thing circles back, you're gonna know what the answers are.
Not if you didn't know the first time.
Well, you're gonna see them.
You would have got to the 4th time if you knew.
You're gonna see them. You're gonna see those questions often enough that if you got any wit about you, you're gonna know. When you go through a 30 question test and you do it 3 times, 3 sets of
Multiple
4 sets.
choice.
You're gonna know, man. It's like the driver's
Especially
ed.
when one of them, 2 of them are all of the above or none of the above.
Yeah.
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 That's where you're hurt.
I think it was 2010 or something. You had to do the knowledge test, and then you had to do an interview to prove that you had your English was good enough and you had understanding of English.
Yeah, that's the same way here, but I
Right.
scoff when they say the English. I scoff when I say the English test because, come on, they don't.
Right.
Most people here don't comprehend, nor do they even care. But
You just got to jump through the hoops, don't you? That's it.
yeah, that's it. Like I said, they're gonna, it's kind of like if they'd show you a color of 2 colors, a red and white. You say, what color does the sky mostly look like? White or blue? White. That kind of. You swear in the U.S. was that USICS or something? That is not a government agency. That's a agency that's contracted to the government because they're in the business of making money. So, when my wife had her interview after she was done with her thing, she says, yeah, if your family wants to come, you do this, this, and this. This is what they got to pay. And they encourage it. I always thought it was a government agency, but it's not.
Okay.
It's
Right.
I thought it was going to be cold tonight. What we got here? We only got what, 4? Anybody in the background wants to come on before
He decided
We,
to go private.
yeah, so 2 hours is good enough today. I tried talking to Jamie too. I haven't heard from her since last week, but she's got some issues going on. But, she must
Really?
be, yeah, she's out in Washington State, she said.
Oh, I thought she was in Missouri.
She was. I don't know the what twos and half fours about all that. You know, I said if you come on here today, it's best to talk to us after, you know,
Right.
other folks aren't around. But
Okay.
it must be serious enough that because, you know, to up and move like that when you just moved there. But anyway, we'll find
Okay.
out when it's did. She wants to get herself together with whatever her situation is before she wants to talk about anything. So, you know.
Oh, well, good night, everybody, or good morning, wherever you're at.
Good night, good morning, and David, Philippine American Couple is show on Tuesday nights at 5:30, and we shall return next week at 5 p.m. Central.
Same bat time, same
So-
bat channel.
Same back time, same back channel.